Did that answer some of the questions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wanted to check because when you were with us the last time, you said that black males and black females, they would have problems regardless, as long as there is a system of injustice. The male-female situation would be.
Oh yes, you can't get it like it. You can't get it like it ought to be. That's a given, and you have to make up your minds to that. It shouldn't be all this squabbling and whatnot. I mean, about that, because we are acting like we're going to get it, or that we can get it like it ought to be. There's no way to get it like it ought to be. You can make it. You can make it functional. I mean, but see, you don't have control over anything. See, that's the key. Black male, black female, chained together at the bottom of the slave ship, naked, with absolutely nothing, because everything has to come from the captain of the ship, who is always white. So therefore, knowing that you don't have this control, you can't make demands on each other. Nor can you can't make demands of any kind on anybody, including the captain of the ship. We're already in captivity. We never have stopped being. We have to realize that. We're prisoners of war. That's a different position altogether from just going your own way and doing your own thing, like you hear some black people say. Getting our own land and all this type of thing. Getting your own land where? The white supremacists run the planet and getting ready to run other planets. And we don't even know how to get across town. They know how to get across the universe. That's what I mean by a pitiful condition. Yet we spend too much time running around bragging to each other.
Wow.
You ain't the one supposed to say you ain't the one supposed to say quitting time. I'm the one supposed to say quitting time.
Wow.
Over on the other side of the tracks. Super Negro on a small island assigned to him by the white supremacists, racist man and racist woman. And so you turn to the other black people and talk about how great you are. Woman, you look up to me. I'm the head of the household. You're not the head of anything. No black male is the head of anything. And we ought to stop shamming. But if somebody tells us that, we get angry. And then we take out a pistol that the racists provided for us, and we start shooting every black person in sight. And then we feel like we have accomplished something. We've gone from being pitiful to super stupid.
Wow.
And just proved it.
I was curious because you're in the D.C. area, and I just saw in the newspaper less than a week ago that there were a lot of, it looked like mostly black males, but a lot of black people in D.C., and they were upset with President Obama and saying that they were making demands. I caught that word specifically. They said they were making demands that he do things that they wanted and help black people, non-white people, very upset with him. Did you see all of that, and did you have a view on the black people who were upset with President Obama?
No, but I knew it was going to happen. First time I heard President Obama's name as being a person who was a candidate for president.
You knew black people were going to get angry with
Well, you always know that. Black people themselves know that. Man, I hope he gets it so I can throw some rocks at him. I got to throw rocks at somebody. I can't stand my condition. I can't stand me. I don't want to hurt me, so I'm going to hurt him as soon as he get in position to get hurt. If President Obama would step down tomorrow, black people will be accusing him of doing that. He said, well, if you say that I'm not doing what I should do, I quit. Quit? Now you're going to complain about that. See, black people go through life always looking for some other black person to complain about.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because it covers up our own individual weaknesses. It's easy to do. One of the easiest things in the world to do. A sport enjoyed by all. Just can't wait for a black person to get elected, because we got a pile of rocks to throw at him the day that he gets inaugurated. And we know that that's what we're planning on doing. It's not like, we're taken by surprise that nothing happened, that we didn't get any goodies. We know we're not going to get nothing, because we know where goodies come from. Mr. Obama is not in position to hand out anything to black people, period. And we already know that, but we like to pretend that we don't know that. We know that. We know that he has to ask white people to help him to help black people. And if the white people don't want to do it, the help ain't going to happen, period. Now, we know this. We've been knowing this. By the time we get to be about 20 years old, we know it for sure.
Can I slip a question in real quick?
Yes, sir.
Do you think a significant number of non-white people are really confused about the fact that President Obama is not in charge and that he cannot do anything that the most powerful white people do not allow him to do? Do you think a significant number of us are really confused about that and really think, he's president, he's in charge?
I don't know what the percentage is, but I think most black people know that President Obama cannot tell white people what to do. No more than they can. He can ask, but you can ask. I can ask. That's why if I hear some white person, and I'll do it because the code requires me to do it, some white person complaining about what Obama's doing, I'll just simply say, well, why don't you do it? You got more power than he has, because he doesn't have any power except the power that comes from you. And you're standing right next to me. So I don't ask Obama for nothing. I'm asking you. Why should I go to him when everything that he gets it from you? So if I want it, I ask you. Yeah, that's what you tell Brian right there on the job.
Wow.
And Brian will say, like he most likely was set up to say, I don't have nothing myself. Say, yeah, well, but you know people who do, because they live next door to you.
Wow.
I can't reach them. You can.
We just had...
You're talking about your granddaddy. See, that's what you tell Brian. Yeah. Well, my granddaddy, he's in, I'm in Ohio, and he's in, he's down in Texas. Say, yeah, right. And if you got anything at all, he helped you to get it. Old World War II veteran. He's riding around there retired on his tractor. He helped you, your sister, and everybody else. He put you all through school and all like that. Made the connections, got you that job, got your cousin that job. Even if you dropped out of school and whatnot, you don't drop very far because you got a safety net. Most white people have a safety net. They got a network. Black people don't have it.
Wow.
Everybody that black people goes to is broke. Other black people. They don't have nothing. Every now and then you'll find one or two black people I mean, who are basketball players alongside Michael Jordan or somebody, but that is not the average for the entire world. The average white person that you pass on the street. Now, I began to study that some years ago. It was a white man up in Georgetown here in Washington. And everybody knew him. They called him the Wolf Man because he wore a long beard and long, scraggy hair. And he was out on the street. I mean, cold weather. He barely had enough clothes, to cover him. Sleeping on park benches. So some people who worked at some of the office buildings around there, including some black people, they went out there and started leaving him food and all like that, trying to help him. And one summer day, some interviewer sat down next to him and asked about him. Said, "Where'd you come from?" Said, "They call you the Wolf Man. You've been around here for years and whatnot." Said, "What happened to you?" Said, "Maybe we can help you. You get on your feet and whatnot. You seem to have a little bit of sense and whatnot and all like that." He said, "I don't need any help." He said, "People come and leave stuff here and all like that." He said, "I really don't need it." He said, "I got folks that got plenty of money. Been trying to get me to come stay with them and all like that. I don't want to go. I don't like them." Now, how many black people can say that who are out here on a park bench? See what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And that tells you something right there. Now, I'm not saying all. There are some white people that don't have anything going for them, but they are in a real small minority. Because when you see a white person even, out here on the street and whatnot, when you look into it, there's a lot of places they could be, but they just don't want to be there. Black person is there because they can't help it. It ain't no place for them to go.
Wow.
The people that they're looking to help them are in the same shape they're in.
We just had an admitted racist on the program on Sunday, and she said almost verbatim exactly what you just said about just being white. You have assets in that you have access to other white people.
Access. There you go. Having access. See, there are young white guys, who are up in Montana somewhere, just hanging out, and out in Oakland, California, or San Francisco, just kind of hanging out on the street and getting tattoos and whatnot, and kind of coked out. But if you talk to them on an individual basis, they'll say, "Oh, I got an uncle that lives in Cape Cod, always trying to get me to come up there and go fishing on his yacht and all like that." Hell, I don't like the bastard, Yeah. Now, how many black people can say that? Yes, said his wife is always out here, getting the police trying to find out where I am. I'm tired of them harassing me.
Wow. That is exactly what she said. She said that even if you're a white person and you don't have a lot of money, you don't have the best job, just being white gives you a ton of access and resources that you would not have if you were a non-white person, especially if you are a black person. And she talked about that. She said exactly what she said about the safety net, that white people have a lot more help if things do go bad. They have a lot more help, whether it's family members, friends, just any white person willing to reach out a hand and look out for them, whereas for black people, they just don't have access to anybody who can help them, people that they know are struggling and just, trying to get by themselves.